I'm on my way to a brand new kit. Yeah. Woo.
I just need my space right now.
Fresh off the G5 jet. I'm on my way to a brand new kit.
All right. Welcome back. eSIM Studios podcast live stream episode 109. Thank you for joining us today, this Monday afternoon, June the 3rd, 2024. I do appreciate you joining us. We got a lot of news today. Busy day for us here, recording a bunch of stuff today. Before we get into the news, I want to tease. Boom. That. Just came in. Did an unboxing, recording the unboxing. OnePlus 12R. Installed a Gcam. We're going to do camera tests, battery tests, charging tests, all sorts of stuff. Everything under the sun you could think of. Two bad boys right there. Make sure you subscribe to the channel so you get notified when we do upgrade. When we upload videos in regards to all that good new content. Love these phones, man. These phones are so awesome. So happy for OnePlus to get back in the game. I can't wait to show you case reviews, just how nice these devices are. So OnePlus is back. They're definitely back. I wrote them off. I think I made a video like 6 months ago. About 6 months ago, saying like, man, OnePlus is not in the top 3 of the Android manufacturers, because what I have, Pixel, Samsung, and nothing, right? Take it for what you will. I've had nothing in the place of OnePlus, and now OnePlus is back. So we have the big top 4 now, and cannot wait to see what nothing has in store for the Phone 3. And their marketing team reached out to me, so fingers crossed they send me the OnePlus 3. I've been in contact with them, so let's hope that they send me a phone. I'm gonna buy it. I'm gonna get one regardless. So, it'd be cool if they could send me one. But before we get in the news, I would like to mention, if you join us late, if you join us in the middle of a live stream, you want to go back, catch all the news in technology for that day. Of course, I guess for the last 2 days because we didn't stream yesterday, but you can always go to any, if you'd like to go back and watch the replay on YouTube. I invite you to. So when this is done, I download this video, trim out all the fat, basically cut off the intro. So as soon as you hit replay, boom, we get right into it, right? So you can catch the replay on YouTube, or you can take us with you on the road. We are on every single major podcast platform available. So whether you listen to your podcast on Apple Podcasts, YouTube Music, Amazon Music, iHeartRadio app, all that good stuff, we are there. So wherever you get your podcast, simply search eSIM Studios, and we will pop up, right? Spotify. I can't believe I forgot Spotify. Now, big updates to the eSIM Studios app, eSIMstudios.app, right? I'm gonna run our giveaways on there. I'm gonna run our giveaways where you enter. So instead of entering right that day, like on Fridays. So what I'm gonna do, you'll have all week to enter, right? It's not gonna be like you gotta be watching the live stream on Friday to enter. So what I'm gonna do is put a section on our website, eSIMstudios.app, where you can enter to win. You'll see it, and probably tomorrow I'll show you. I'll do in the live stream where to enter. So you basically have all week to enter, and then Friday afternoon I'll run the drawing live on air, so everybody can see it too. We'll do the drawing live on air on Fridays, but I'll have everybody enter at our eSIMstudios.app website. Speaking of that, let's get into it. So let me pull this up here. By the way, you can go to eSIMstudios.app, and you can install this web app on your phone, on your PC, on your Mac, on your iPad, on your tablet, just like you would. It'll be installed on your home screen like any other application. Now, the cool thing is we have to update it in the background, so you don't have to go to the App Store and do it and update it. I take care of that here behind the scenes. Just simply install it. You get notified when we go live. You get notified of new drawings whenever I post something. Whenever I post something for a giveaway, you get notified of that, right? Hey, we're about to do drawing. You'll get notified of that. Really, really cool stuff we got going on here. So here it is, right? So here is the web app. We got the news. I got it broken down, right? So what I'm going to do is enter. Oh, and I got some really good deals too. So, well, I guess y'all wouldn't know me personally, but I can always find the best deal, right? If you're like, damn, I want the cheapest Samsung Galaxy S9 tablet available in the world online, I'll find it. But I handpicked these deals. All these are mine. I mean, I'm Android, Apple, all sorts of stuff. So I have deals here. And then PC news, Apple news, Android news. We have our podcast here. You don't even have to download. You don't even have to go to Apple Music to listen to our podcast. Everything is on the app, eSIMstudios.app. Our podcast is there. Simply go there, install it on your home screen. You can listen to all of our podcasts there. All of our YouTube videos, all of our content, unboxings, reviews, even our live streams, as I mentioned. Everything that's on our YouTube channel is here, right? Look at all this cool stuff, right? Podcasts, look. Listen to all that there. And then service. You need cheap service? I got you. See this section. How to protect yourself from a SIM swap? I got you. Go see this section. You want to find the cheapest Pixel 8 Pro? I got you. It's all right here, right? You want to install Gcam on your app to take better photos? We got you. Watch us live. You can watch us you can watch us live in the app. How cool is that? And then how the unlocker. You're gonna like that section. Android flash tool. You got a Pixel. You got to flash. Your phone is bricked. You need to flash the stock build back on your Pixel. You got you. Everything is on eSIMstudios.app. Not just the news. Everything tech related. But let's set that aside. Let's get into it. Android 15 Beta 2.2 is now upon us. I don't know why I tried to sing that, but okay. So I literally just installed it on this. Now we did get news. We know what it's here to fix. We know what bugs it's going to squash. How big is this? As you can tell, Android beta program. So I have just installed this. Have not used it on the new version. You know, Pixel gets a bad rap, right, for the not sluggish performance, but subpar performance of their CPUs. It's ironic because it's one of the fastest and one of the snappiest phones that I've ever used, right? So that goes to show you. I was just using it to like, God damn, this phone is quick. But that goes to show you benchmarks don't mean everything. But let's see what we got fixed today. So I have the factory images listed here. The image and then the OTA, right? The zip that you can flash. It's not a full beta 3 yet. It's basically an iteration of the last two beta 2s, right? We know they put out an emergency update a couple weeks ago to try to fix an issue a large majority of people were having, right? So the release date was officially today, and you have the build number here. Emulator support, security patch level, May 2024, and Google Play services. This is what it will be after you update the device. So here are some of the bug fixes, right? Android 15 beta. Now this is for any Pixel device. Not a Samsung, not a OnePlus, not a nothing. Only Pixel. If you're on the beta software. If you're in the beta program, this is for you. And it goes all the way from a Pixel Fold, Pixel Tablet, Pixel 8, 8 Pro, 8A, all the way down to, what is it, Pixel 6, I believe. I think they dropped Pixel 5 a few months ago. So any Pixel 6, Pixel 7 series, Pixel 8 series, Pixel Fold, or Pixel Tablet on beta program, this is for you. So they're still trying to find a fix for the private space bug that some people were having issues with. Look, I haven't set mine up, the private space. I just simply haven't. I haven't tried, but I might try here this week. It says that they think they have it this time. They've been struggling with it over the last couple of updates. Even last update, they said we got it. It was in the changelog of bugs that were fixed. Still didn't work for most people, so they think they got it this time. So in fact, I'll probably try it here after this live stream to see if it works, right? So that's one of the fixes. They're also addressing a Google Wallet and an NFC issue with the app drawer not swiping up green tints, so a green tint color in 10-bit HDR video, as well as overall stability, connectivity, and interactivity services. Let's see, NFC, yes. Video's crashing after recording 10-bit audio. We just got into that. Yeah, so it looks like I did not see how big. You know what? We can find out how big the file is here. Let's see. Let's go to OTA. Where is this file? Here we go. Nope. Well then, I don't see it here either. Hang on one second. I always like to look and see how big the file is. It shouldn't be over a gigabyte. Probably. Let's see. Well, I don't see it, and shame on me. I always look whenever I update my phone. It's just a personal preference to see how big that file is for the update. And I simply didn't this time. I was in a rush, but it's all good. It's not a big deal. So if you do have a Pixel and it's on the beta software, you're in the beta program, please check your phone. You should get a notification. I was notified, I think, midday. And if you don't, simply go to your settings app, open your settings app up, and then in the search bar up top, just search update, and then it'll check for you, and it should notify you at that point that there is an update, and get you rolling, right? Ashton, what's going on, brother? Appreciate you joining us. Daniel, thank you a lot. I see these. This one came in today. Man, this is a freaking badass. I mean, with my trade-in, $289, I think. I mean, it's a steal, and I've been loving this one. So, as I mentioned at the top of the podcast, OnePlus is back. I'm very impressed. Very, very, very impressed with what they got going on. So, can't wait to test these out this week. Too small? What do you mean too small? That's a pretty big phone. The only bigger Android phone you're gonna get than that is a S24 Ultra. It's a pretty big phone. I think the green one is 6.82 and the blue one is a 6.78. So it's bigger than, a lot of most other Android phones. Now it is rather slender, right? But that's a good thing. If it's tall, it means it's easier to use. You can use it with one hand. S24 Ultra, enormous device, hard to use with one hand. It just is. Like, I can only reach to like with my thumb with like probably like 80% of the screen. With those, I can probably reach 95% of the screen. It makes a huge difference. Plus, those are a little curved on the sides. Too slim. Yeah, I like that though. I don't have to juggle the phone around in my hand to use it. But it's all personal preference, right? They're nice though. They're really nice. Cameras are good. Finally, so. Good news in that regards, right? So if you got a Pixel, check for updates. So speaking of OnePlus, right? Hold up, I thought I updated this app. I thought I updated my website. There we go. Speaking of OnePlus, what do you know? We already got leaks and or information in regards to OnePlus 13. Holy shit. It's insane. Hang on. So we got information on upgrades today for the OnePlus 13. Information as far as some of the key specs that typically everybody looks at, right? When you go looking for a phone and you look for its specs, we know it's probably going to have the top of the line CPU, right? So I'm sure it'll have the Snapdragon 8 Gen 4 next year. I'm sure it'll be spec'd out with RAM. I'm sure it'll be spec'd out with storage. So basically, those are the main things. Like when I look at a phone, like what is the CPU? What is the storage? Right? What is the UFS storage? That mainly comes after. And then what's next? Right? Basic stuff: battery size, screen specs. So we know this one, the OnePlus 13 is going to have a Snapdragon 8 Gen 4. We know it's going to be spec'd out with storage and memory, right? So now we kind of know, it looks like we have information on the other stuff, right? So the phone's display, the OnePlus 13, is getting a significant makeover, plus a few other things, right? So it might. It's not a given. It's not set in stone. OnePlus 13 might have a flat display with a micro curved glass over it, deviating from earlier quad curved rumors. I'm not going to lie to you. I have no idea what that means. Maybe y'all do, but I've never heard of that before. So I guess I probably will look into it on my off time or later, but micro curved glass cover. Never heard of that. Quad curved screen. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe that means there's 4 sides, right? Maybe it's curved not just on the two sides, right? Maybe it's not just curved here where you grab it. Maybe it's curved up top and the bottom too. I don't know. That's quad 4 sides. I'm just guessing. This is big news. This would set a record, I believe. Maybe there's some work phones or something, like some rugged phones made for. Y'all remember a few years ago? Well, who made it? Nokia. I think Samsung did make a couple of these. Motorola. Basically, they would make huge, rugged work phones, like for construction workers. They had a bunch of plastic around it. Basically, a case built on it. Anyways, they would have pretty big batteries, right? So maybe this might not be the very first, but I can't think of any other phone that had a 6,000 milliamp per hour battery in it. 6,000? That's insane. And that's awesome, too. I hope this happens. I'm all for it. This one's close. This one's got 5,500 milliamp per hour battery. 5,500. And that's huge. I think Samsung Galaxy, the Ultra series, I think they only have a 5,000 milliamp per hour battery. So a 6,000 milliamp per hour battery would last you quite a while, right? Of course, it depends on a lot of other factors, but the more battery, typically, the longer life you'll get out of it. But check this out. Here's the downside. If they go that big, you have to not only expand it, length and width, the battery, I'm meaning, inside the phone. You also have to expand the height of it, right? Length, width, height. Now, if they go this big, the report I saw said that it's possible it's going to impede on the wireless charging on the back side of the device, inside the device, but on the back. That's where your wireless charger is, right? Like this. That's where your wireless charger is. That's what this coil is, right? That's a wireless charger. That's what it looks like. Now, if you had to expand a battery in a phone, right? What the most logical thing you can think of first is, well, we can make the battery wider, right? To add more battery wider towards the sides of the device, and we can try to make it taller to expand it on the inside. Well, they've basically maxed out, because look, the OnePlus 13, it's going to be the same size, right? They're not reinventing the wheel here. the OnePlus 13, this is the 12. The 13 basically going to be the same size. So if you've stretched that battery out to the max, what's the next stretch? What's the next measurement you could make it bigger with? How tall it sits inside the phone. Well, again, if you make it, I got phones all over the place. I forgot where I put them. Look, so if you stretch it wide, you stretch it tall, and you still want to expand it, you're going to have to stretch it out, right? So you're going to have to stretch it, make it wider, which is going to impede on this little part right here, even if it's 1 millimeter, right? Even if it's 1 millimeter. I don't use wireless charging, honestly, so I don't care if they do this. I know a lot of people do use wireless charging. You will hear people online basically express their opinion on whether OnePlus is making the right decision or not. Again, I don't use wireless charging, so I don't care. Now, I would definitely exchange. I would give them my wireless charger in here for a bigger battery. So I actually welcome this, but it sounds like they're at that point where, again, these phones take years to develop, right? And it sounds like they're at the point where they're like, they're building this up, right? We still have it's still not close. When was this released? Probably still have like 8 months. Yeah, I think like 8 months to go. So they're at that stage, at the final stages where everything's going to have to come into play. Everything's going to have to fall together here in the next couple of months, because they're going to have to start mass producing these. Well, they produce a few thousand of them to test for a couple months and see if they need to make any last second changes. But they have to start mass producing these here in about 6 months probably. So they're getting down to the nitty gritty. They're getting down to that stage where they're going to have to make a decision. And you're going to piss off some people from pulling the wireless chargers. Some people do use wireless charger. Actually, you know what? OnePlus, they're so fast on their charging, which I've enjoyed. Their wireless charger charges the phone faster than Samsung charges their phone, and that's with a wire plugged in. So OnePlus's wireless charging charges their phones so fast, it charges them faster than what Samsung can charge plugged in. It's amazing. But again, not a big deal to me. If you're bothered by it, I would like to know, because I don't know where everybody stands on it, right? I just don't know. I don't know how. Do y'all use wireless charging a lot? Yes, definitely. Like, I was doing that just earlier today with this big one. I keep on doing that. You juggle it around in your hand, trying to get just the right spot, just like this, just to position your thumb to push something. It's a shame. Wireless charging. Is it? Do you have the OnePlus? You got the OnePlus wireless charger. Now, honestly, you know why I haven't adopted that style of charging is because in the past, it would take forever. It would take forever to wireless charge a phone. And I'm just like, what's the point? I'm just going to plug it in. And because look, my whole thing is I want to get it charged ASAP. I don't want to. Look, if wireless charging could charge it in 5 minutes compared to 30 minutes with it plugged in, I'd use wireless charger every day, all day. Like, I don't care what the option is. I just want it charged as fast as possible. So that's the main. I don't have anything against wireless charging. Actually, I think it's really cool. And all the other companies, it's taking too long for them to get onto this wireless charging 2.0. Basically, it's been out for 10, 15 years, and it just hadn't gone anywhere, right? So yeah, OnePlus is like the only company that's really taking this wireless charging in stride. I just don't use it. So when it comes to this specific case, taking the wireless charging out, 46,000 mAh battery, me personally, it doesn't bother me. But I would like to try the OnePlus charger though. I don't have one here. I mean, I have a wireless charger here, but not a OnePlus fast wireless charger. Maybe I could look into that, but as wide as the Energizer phone. Oh, it's 50 watts? Wow. I may have to try it. But you would think that coil is so thin. Have you ever taken apart a wireless charger? I used to, probably 6, 7, 8, when they first came out, probably 7, 8 years ago, I used to order the wireless coil by itself, right? Not inside a stand, not inside a pad. You could get on AliExpress and literally order the coil. Like literally that looks just like this. If you take apart this Nothing phone and you peel off that coil in there, I would just order this on AliExpress. It's like $5. And I was all in at the beginning. I would strategically put them all throughout office and my house. I would actually carve out. I made this cool custom thing where I could just. Long story, but anyways, the coil is very, very thin. I'm surprised they can't squeeze out. They can't fit both of them, honestly. Even if you have to make the phone point. Even if you got to make the phone or like half a millimeter thicker, right? Most people won't know. Most people won't mind. I think they should do that, honestly, because again, look, they're not flagship prices, right? They're not $1,000 phones yet, but they're getting close, right? And I believe if you're gonna pay anywhere upwards of $500-$600, you need, as a phone manufacturer, should include wireless charger, or that as an option, right? It's 2024. This stuff's been out for 10, 12 years. I don't know. You'd think they'd be able to, because again, it's a very thin coil. It's very, very thin. I don't know. I would hope they could fit both of them in there. We'll just have to wait and see. But if we will get, I will get more information. I will definitely let y'all know. Now the camera setup, expected to see minor upgrades, focusing mainly on the periscope lens, which is good because remember, I think iPhone did that this year, and they've got a lot of good success out of it, right? Let's see what else we got here. So we got the tipster here, a well-known tipster digital chat station. Revealed some new information on the OnePlus 13 on Weibo. Remember, Weibo is the Chinese social media app, right? This article has been translated from Chinese into English, so there may be some, maybe not crystal clear translation, but 90% good. So the OnePlus 13 appears to feature a straight screen with a micro curved glass cover design. There's that word again. Okay, so yeah, this is interesting. Okay, so let me see this again. So the OnePlus 13 is going to feature a straight screen. Notice they didn't say flat. They said straight with a micro curved glass cover design. What the hell does that mean? Let's see. Which is a bit different from, oh shit. Damn it. There we go. Which is a bit different from previous rumors that said the phone will feature a quad curved display. Again, I have no idea what that means. This new information suggests OnePlus phone display may be flat, but covered with curved glass. On all four sides. Yes. Creating a symmetrical, frameless look. That would be pretty freaking cool. Xiaomi and Honor have used this rectangular curved design in their recent phones, but even on those phones, the screen itself was slightly curved on all four sides. So, this is the Weibo leak, I guess. So the OnePlus 13 also uses a 2K 8T. I'm assuming that's 8 times LTPO customized high specification domestic screen, which basically a straight screen plus equal depth micro curved glass cover design with regular large size and a better look than this year's 50 megapixel periscope triple camera is a regular minor upgrade, mainly because it has super large battery. Well, it looks like look, sounds like notable upgrades. I believe they're keeping a similar design language. They're going to tweak the design. They're not going to totally redo it like Samsung is doing for the S25 series. I think they're going to keep it somewhat similar, right? But they're going to, obviously, the CPU, battery, screen, notable upgrades, right? So 2 days ago, this guy claimed that the OnePlus 13 won't have a wireless charging, but will come with a larger battery. Yes. OnePlus 13, 2 days of battery life, a significant improvement over the already stellar OnePlus 12 with 5,400 mAh battery. Let's see. Hang on a second. I didn't clear my throat. Hang on. Okay. So that's basically all that we have at the moment. The OnePlus 13 is expected to launch in December of 2024 or January 2025. Remember, this launched a week after, if I remember, the Samsung Galaxy S24 series did. And I think that kind of hurt some of the sales. I mean, look, it's a good trade-off. Now that I've got my hands on one and I can see what kind of product they're putting out to the public, much improved from the last couple of years. I can definitely say now that OnePlus is back and they just need to continue on. Now, they're not going to release their OnePlus Fold 2, the second version of the OnePlus Fold, this year. I heard they're going to wait and release it with the upcoming OnePlus 13 series, kind of like Google's going to do for their Fold 2. They're gonna skip the yearly upgrade, wait a few months, and push it out with their other devices. I think that's a smart idea. Just release them all at once, and people can get their hands on them, right? So there definitely sounds like they're in the process of making very key and important decisions. So I'm sure we'll get another report here in the next few weeks as far as which way they go. and hopefully we will get some photographs of leaked images, right? So stay tuned, and I will bring you all the latest when we get those, right? Speaking of OnePlus, the new OnePlus Pad 2, the second version of the OnePlus Pad. I wanted to get the original, never got one. But it looks like this year that this one, their second version, is getting an upgrade, a major upgrade. Now, the original OnePlus Pad had the MediaTek. I don't know what MediaTek. I think it had they're one of the newest ones. It was a Dimensity 9000 or something like that, right? It wasn't the 7200 or mid-range CPU that came in the Phone 2A. It was a flagship Dimensity MediaTek CPU. Now, this year, on the second version of the OnePlus Pad 2, guess what? They're putting, thank God, Snapdragon 8 Gen 3 CPU in there. So, should be a phenomenal performance upgrade. Not that the MediaTek chip was bad by any means, but I think it hindered. No, I shouldn't say that. Look, it's very fast. I've watched reviews say it's just as fast and as fluid as a OnePlus phone, right? But this will get you back in the Qualcomm Snapdragon family of devices. You can tell they've already benchmarked it. So I'm expecting to release it rather soon. It's going to be Qualcomm Snapdragon 8 Gen 3, as I stated. This was benchmarked on Geekbench 6 with model number OPD2404, scoring just under 2,100 points on the single core test, and just over 6,000 in the multi-core test, which is right on par, almost exactly the same numbers that I get with my S24 Ultra, and this has the Snapdragon 8 Gen 3 in it. So that sounds about right. Those numbers do sound right. Let's see. It'll be called the OnePlus Pad 2, right? I know you could get it with the pad, with the keyboard. I think they threw that in there for free too when you pre-ordered it on their website. And this will have a stylus as well. So let's see. They just have one score here. 20, just under 2,100, just over 6,000. So be on the lookout. What did it have? The old one, the original had a MediaTek Dimensity 9000 chip, which was a 2021 model CPU that they put in last year's 2023 OnePlus Pad. So it did have an outdated CPU, right? But it did help to keep the cost down. This was not an arm and a leg like the S9 Ultra is. I think brand new. This was like $479. Pretty affordable, right? When you consider it, I guess, a flagship tablet. I guess. I don't know if it is or not. Could be considered that. Last year had an LCD display. This year it shall have AMOLED. Another key upgrade, and another reason why you or I guess I should go out and buy it. Again, 2024 LCD. I favor AMOLED all day, every day over LCD. I just do. It just looks better, way better. And I don't know if that'll raise the price. It might slightly, but we will do a shakedown here once we get closer to the launch of it. Now let's see here. Nothing Phone 3. How could I forget? So there was a leak on Twitter, not only by Carl Pei, the owner of Nothing, and co-founder of OnePlus, but he since left and created Nothing. He likes to leak stuff, which is good for me and you. He put out a leak today that had our heads scratching. Now, I did know what it was, and I'll show you the picture here in a second, because it's not like a photo of a phone, and I'm not talking about this right here. that clearly looks like a phone, right? And they put this in disguise just so people like me and you can't really see what they have going on. It has like a case on it. So the final design's definitely not going to look like this device. I mean, the cameras will be there. But that's just what they have to do to kind of hide the identity until they're ready for it to be released, right? So Carl Pei put out a leaked photo of something, right? Let me show it to you. So Carl Pei tweeted this today. It's like, what the hell is that? I didn't know what that was. Right? I was like, okay. I had no idea, right? And it started going down in the comments, and then people are saying, "Oh, that's the OnePlus 3." Or excuse me. I'm going to continue to get those names mixed up. People are saying, "Is that the Nothing Phone 3?" Hey, what's going on, man? I expect the unexpected. How's it going? Doing all right today? It is what it is. Thank you for joining us. Appreciate it. So check this out. So Nothing, who is a phone manufacturer, makes this phone. They have a sub-brand, a sister brand, a smaller brand named CMF. CMF puts out similar products, even cheaper than Nothing does. And they are coming out with a phone, right? Now, get this. The CMF phone, reports that I'm getting, is that it's going to be sub $200. Meaning, yes, cheaper than $200. And I've heard, actually, as low as $164. Like, what kind of a phone is that going to be? $164, right? It's pretty friggin' cheap. Apparently, this is from the CMF phone 1. I don't know how. I don't know where this fits in. It does not look like a phone component to me. I don't really remember ever seeing a visible screw, a Phillips screw. No, that's not Phillips. A regular screw in the phone, because the only time you'll see a screw is like on an iPhone, right? Where it's typically on the bottom of phones, right? Especially with iPhones, you got that pentalobe screw. But on Android phones, there are no screws, right? You pry them open, you heat them up and pry them open. So I don't know if that's the case, but that's what people are saying. That's the popular opinion. So I don't think this is the phone 3. It may not even be a phone at all, but that's what I'm hearing. They're trying to garner interest in this CMF phone. Now, I don't even think they're going to release it here in the US anyways. I think it's going to be predominantly released in India, outside the US. Let's see. Yeah, they're saying, even in the article here, I'm just not sure. And now, this new CMF phone that's going to be starting at $164, and I think it'll go up to $240. It's going to have a 6.7-inch display, OLED, same as this one. It's going to have a Dimensity 7200 CPU, just like the phone 2A, which is above me. It's going to have a 5,000 milliamp hour battery, right? Same as all the others, 33-watt charging. So they're putting in decent spec sheet for considering how cheap it is. Cameras is another thing. The cameras are so, that might be where they cut their corners, where they get some of their revenue back, profit off of this device. Haven't heard anything on cameras, and I'm still waiting to kind of brainstorm, figure out how this can be a phone, but that's what they tweeted. Typically, they always tweet something out, kind of tipsters, right? You got to put 2 and 2 together. So here's this phone. It says Nothing Phone. Nothing is the parent company, so Nothing's probably developing this phone, and then they're going to sell it and brand it as a CMF phone, right? But you can tell it's got RAM here, 6 gigabytes of RAM with extra 2 gigabytes of expandable memory, or we call it RAM expansion. Yes, RAM expansion. 5,000 milliamp per hour battery. And it looks along the lines of this. Got the same camera cutout, same position. Also has look where the flash is. Doesn't that look pretty similar? So that's a possibility. We just have to wait and see. Look, there's a ton of cool stuff coming out here. Just over the next 6, 7, 8 months next year, the cell phone market, the smartphone market is about to take off. If you didn't join us for, what was it, Friday or Saturday? I think it's Friday, for our Apple Roadmap show, where basically we talked about Apple's roadmap with their products, with the iPhone specifically, over these next 2-3 years. You're going to see major changes in the iPhone lineup, right? No more boring, same old iPhone. After this upcoming year, that's when the cool shit's going to start to take off, right? They're going to introduce an iPhone Flip. They're going to introduce iPhone Thin or iPhone Slim, whatever you want to call it. Paper thin iPhone. They're going to have foldable iPads. They're going to have a foldable MacBook, although it's already foldable, with 2 screens instead of just one. So, and then all this cool Android stuff's going to start taking off, right? Tons and tons and tons of just absolutely great foldables. Nothing's really going to get into the bag and just make phenomenal products. Samsung's releasing a new S25 model that's going to be completely redesigned. Not going to look anything like this one. So that's going to garner tons of interest to see what is it going to look like, because I'm getting one. Speaking of, that's not the only thing you're going to see changed, right? So get this. S25 Ultra is going to shatter speed limits and limitations, data speed limits inside mobile devices with their new UFS 4.1 storage. If you don't know, Samsung makes not only obviously phones, washers and dryers, refrigerators. Samsung makes parts for iPhone. They're a supplier for Apple for their displays, right? So if you're watching this on an iPhone, chances are the display you're watching me on, Samsung made it, right? But they're also huge suppliers of memory chips inside your iPhone. If you have a 256 gigabyte variant iPhone 15 Pro, chances are that 256 gigabytes was manufactured and produced by Samsung. They also produce memory and UFS storage, meaning UFS storage is basically the unit inside your device that transfers that memory, right? How fast it transfers data and memory in your phone. That's where the UFS storage comes in. A lot of people overlook this stuff, but it has an integral part of how your phone operates. Not just your phone, but your tablet, right? UFS storage is crucial if you play games, if you're a gamer. I would only use a device that has the latest and greatest UFS storage, right? I don't play games, by the way, but I'm a nerd, so I look into this stuff anyways. But Samsung is producing they've got a breakthrough technology that they're going to produce their new UFS storage 4.1 moving forward in the future. This new UFS storage, this 4.1 model, has basically the technical side of it. They've basically, so how UFS storage 4.0 is right now, and that's the base standard flagship version of UFS storage. Now, some companies, remember, the newest and latest components inside your phone, the more new shit that these phone companies put inside their phones, the more expensive their costs are to produce that phone, which means probably the more expensive you're going to have to pay for that phone, right? So 3.1 is like the base storage, UFS storage that manufacturers put in their phones. 4.0 right now is the flagship level. 4.1, Samsung pulled some strings and combined, basically doubled up the storage and the threads and the lanes that the data and the memory transfers on. They've basically doubled that up, and can get it to 8 gigabytes of data and or memory of transferring per second, which is astonishing. I mean, it's incredible. And they're going to put this brand new UFS storage 4.1. The very first device they're putting it in, you guessed it, the S25 series, specifically S25 Ultra, is going to have this new variant of UFS storage 4.1. It's going to be incredible. And they're already in plans. They're already testing UFS storage 5.0. So we kind of stayed on 4.0 for like a year and a half, something like that, 2 years. But 4.1 is going to come out this year. And then immediately after, not too long after, 5.0 is going to come out. So Samsung's kind of spurring this, leading this. Of course, they always have been, right? Samsung, and they're leaders in the memory in the that department. But internal, really nerdy stuff. So if you're still hanging in with me, I do appreciate it. But long story short, big improvements, right? Even for iPhone users. Because look, Samsung sells this stuff, this technology, to Apple, and then Apple puts it in their iPhone. So it not only affects Samsung users and Android users, it's going to affect iPhone users too. So that means just faster data transfers, faster speeds, faster for everything we do, right? Here's a little chart that they had given us, and it shows you just how fast, just like everything else in the tech world, right? Every year, stuff gets faster, stuff gets newer, stuff gets more efficient. It's incredible. So 2020, as you can tell, 4.0 was 2022. 4.1 going to be released here at the beginning of 2025. And then, they're going to sit on 4.1 for 2 years, and they plan on releasing UFS storage 5.0 in 2027. Okay, I corrected myself. Which will have over 16 gigabytes memory transferred per second. It's very fast. Okay, sorry, I nerded out over that. Real quick, before we get out of here, I'm trying to keep this at about an hour. So, if you missed any of this, you want to go back, check some information, go to eSIMstudios.app. We're going to do all of our drawings, our giveaways, moving forward on eSIMstudios.app. So what does that mean? That means instead of entering on eSIM Studios YouTube channel on the Friday afternoon, you'll be able to go to eSIMstudios.app, and you'll have a chance to enter all week. So you don't have to be with me live to enter. You'll have all week to enter, and then on Fridays I'll pull the drawing, right? So I'm going to implement that tomorrow. And tomorrow I'll remind you, and you can go there tomorrow and sign up for our weekly giveaway, and we'll announce them live on our YouTube channel on Fridays, and have the drawings Friday. And that way I can officially have emails, a little more official, right? So it's a cool service that I found that I'm gonna get outside of StreamYard and for the giveaways, even though they're pretty cool, but this is gonna be way better. So you'll have all week to enter. Okay, we got news. If you're interested in a smart ring, yeah, they're making a wedding ring that's basically a health tracker, right? So, how long? They said it would take 2 weeks between charges. That's cool. It's a wedding ring. Well, I guess it's not. They're not labeling it wedding ring. It's a smart. What do they call it? A smart tracker, health tracker, smart ring. So it tracks everything. Your sleep schedule, anything and everything you think of under the sun, and then you just look on your phone, and then you can have all of the information there for you. But this has been in development forever, and we finally get a launch date, August. So this is not going to be launched with the foldables, the Samsung Z Flip 6, Z Fold 6. We thought the Ring was going to be launched with those Samsung foldables here in July, right before the Olympics. That's not the case. So they're going to launch them in August. So Aurora, who basically has a smart ring out, looks identical, basically works identical, is actually suing Samsung for patent infringement or some kind of, very technical term that they feel like Samsung stepped on over the boundaries on designing their ring. Well, in those court documents, Samsung said that they're planning on releasing this ring in August. So that's how I got the information on the release date. It didn't just come out of thin air. All this stuff's public information. You can go look it up if you would like, but I have everything here in this article. So Aurora is known to sue its competitors. I've actually looked into this today. They sue anybody and everybody trying to make even something similar, even if it's not a ring, if it's a ring like, or if it's a activity tracker without a display, they've sued everybody under the sun. They've been in tremendous amount of lawsuits I witnessed or I looked up today, just over the last few years, for stuff I've never even heard of. But they're going after Samsung now. But good luck. Not sure who Aura's parent company is. Oh, here we go. I put it in here, but I can't remember. Anyways, yeah, they're suing over anything and everything that has to do with a health tracker, even if it's not a ring, right? But anyways, details. Look, it's the last word today. So if you're interested, go to eSIMstudios.app and I got all the info there for you. But that'll do it. I got to run. I do appreciate everybody joining me. It looks like we had a good amount of people in here today. Thank you very much. Means a lot. Stick with us and make sure you subscribe to the eSIM Studios YouTube channel, eSIMstudios.app. I'm going to put all this stuff. If you go to eSIMstudios.app, you can install this on your phone, on your tablet, on your computer. It'll install on your home screen just like any other app. And we'll do giveaways. We'll do everything from this app, right? So appreciate the time. And I will see y'all tomorrow. Same time, same place. Try to do a little earlier tomorrow. But I'll have something cool for us tomorrow. But I do appreciate it. Thank you. Oh, I'm going to... I got the unboxing. And I downloaded Gcam on here. So I'm testing Gcam pictures versus stock pictures. Versus these two. Versus Samsung. Got a lot going on. So we got a lot of content here that I have yet to upload that I've been editing. So I'm going to start uploading it tonight. So stay subscribed and we will keep you up to date with the latest and greatest in not only tech news, but tech reviews and anything under the sun tech related. eSIM Studios got it. Peace out. See you tomorrow.